Alright. You said you could start without me. Did I give you permission to start a video without me? I did not. Can't start a video without me. It's my video. Otherwise, it'd just be nothing. Next time, wait for me. Anyway, welcome back to Retro Rewind, where I look at all things from the 90s and early 2000s. And speaking of early 2000s, we're going over back to 2004 for an episode of Drake and Josh, or as the Spanish would say, Drake y Josh. And the episode is Believe Me, Brother. I don't know what it would mean in Spanish. Believe Me, Hermano? I don't know. It's an episode in which Drake has a new girlfriend named Susan, and she seems to also have designs on Josh. And a lot of misunderstanding. And this has a couple of like iconic moments in it. Like at least one of them. Everyone who's a fan of this show or watched Nickelodeon back in the day would know, which I'll get to, right? And it also has a moment from the opening too. But yeah. So we open with one of the very few openings that actually have a connection to the episode. Usually it has like a sort of small connection theme-wise, but this actually meant its own plot. Like the first episode, they talk about the plot of like, oh, my dad's dating this woman who has a son named Drake. My mom's dating a guy who has a son named, named Josh. And, you know, I think I messed that up, whatever. And then, I think some of the earlier ones did it, but then more often than not, it would just be, you know, getting away with stuff, all that. And this one is talking about basically getting away with, not getting away, I watched the Honor Council earlier, so I decided to check out Pluto TV for the first time in a while, and they're playing like Drake and Josh on there. Interesting enough, they're playing episodes that aren't on Paramount Plus, yet they'll air them on here. I watched. They had the pilot, which is not on Paramount Plus, and there was another one that was also not on Paramount Plus. I'm like, wait, they can have it on here? And the thing is, the pilot, I talk about this in my episode about the pilot, right? The reason why it's not on Paramount Plus is because of copyright reasons with the song Dig In by Lenny Kravitz. That's the version they play on Pluto TV. So it's okay to play on Pluto TV, but you can't stream it on Paramount Plus. And keep in mind, I mentioned this in my video, there is a version on the DVD that replaced the song. Why don't they just use that version? It's frustrating. Anyway, so the cold open here talks about Drake's got a new girlfriend named Susan. Josh doesn't really know her all that well, but he's kind of Drake's kind of obsessed with her right now, and it just establishes that. Oh, and they're waiting for Josh is waiting for a pizza that Drake ate it all. Drake, my man, if you keep eating the whole pizza, you're gonna look like this. You want this? I don't think so. You're gonna switch. You're gonna look like Fat Josh was here, and he'll be the skinny one by the end. That would have been an interesting twist. If Drake was the fat one by the end and Josh was the skinny one, they both end up skinny, but you know. So then we start where they're thinking about a project for school. Josh suggests the mating habits of lizards, to which Drake says no to watching lizards make out, as he says. So then we get what is the iconic intro of the music video to I Found a Way. Well, what about, a music video? Yes. With your band? Yes. And I'll direct it. Maybe. And then it just starts the music video. And my question to this whole episode is, how does this qualify as a school project, a music video? So in concept, if you do a music video that has to do with whatever class we're in, but it's just Drake and his band singing a song, and Drake's girlfriend just sort of not even dancing. She's supposed to be dancing, but she does this every once in a while. By the way, Britney Spears has taught me that this is not dancing. Okay, I talked about this in one of the in one of the Kids Choice Awards reviews that I did, where she's, I think it's 99 or 2000, where she's just sitting there, oh, babe, she's doing this. That's not dancing. And for those people who could say, well, Britney Spears is a good dancer. When she's allowed to do a full concert and choreograph stuff, yes, this was the Kids Choice Awards. She's standing in one place doing this. Okay, that's what Susan does in this episode for that part, by the way. Just saying. This is their school project. It's a music video with Drake's band, and Susan dancing is what it ends up being. Okay, we're not done with the opening yet. They agree to do this, and Josh can direct, whatever. And he's like, "Which one of my guitars do you think will look better in the music video?" So they go open this thing, which is quite obviously a place where they hold paint. There are no guitars in this because they open it, paint splits on them, as done by Megan. This is the first instance of the Megan. Yeah. But they show the other side, and there's no guitars, and there's paint cans sitting in there. So it's clearly like not where his guitars are supposed to be. And why would his guitars be in the garage? The garage. Anyway, when they be in his room, he only has like 2 guitars at this point, right? We only see him with 1. I don't know. Maybe he has more than 1. I don't know. But I know by this point he at least has a regular one and an acoustic, right? Because because in the pilot, no, it's not the pilot. It's the next episode after this, the 4th one. We know he has a regular electric and an acoustic because he's trying to teach the chords on the electric while Josh is playing the acoustic. That's the next one. So we know he at least has 2. This comes before that, but whatever. Which is the episode currently airing on Paramount Plus, by the way. Or Pluto TV, excuse me. But anyway, so they get split with this purple goop, and then we cut to the credits. But again, there's no guitars in there. It's paint. It's I don't know. We then go to the school where we have our first introduction of Josh and Susan. And immediately, like, Drake's like, oh, this is where we get one of the things from the opening, by the way, where he's talking. He goes, oh, I gotta get to class, which Drake would never say, because I gotta go. And he leaves, and right away, he's like, see you, sweetie. He goes, oh, bye, sweetie P. Like the little joke or whatever that he does. You see him going like this in the opening. Immediately after Drake leaves, she starts flirting with him. Oh, you got some stuff on your neck. Don't do that, by the way. My grandma used to do that. Oh, you got some stuff on your neck. That's gross. That is yeah. Don't do that. Try to do that to my son once when he was little. I'm like, hold on. I'm like, don't do that. I'm like, what? Grandma did it. Yeah, and it's disgusting. Use a water and some paper towel or something. Or a wet wipe. Because he was like a little. It was like a toddler. Use a wet wipe or something. I don't know. But immediately it just signals to you that there's something about Susan. Now you have to excuse me. I'm trying to figure out where we go from here. She clearly is flirting with him. But like... So... I think we go from here, we go to them shooting the music video, right? Shoot a music video. And, again, it's just them in the garage playing the song, which is not how music videos are done. I think they might do that, but more, no. I guess they do have them sing. But they're going to... See, because for a music video, how it works is you have them play the song, and then you put the song over what they do, right? So that it sounds better. Because if you record music on a camera, it's not going to sound the same as if you listen to a song. But Oh, this video that they show has. We'll get to it. So, during this whole time that Josh is recording this music video, Susan is grabbing at his ass. Basically. Nobody sees this? Are you kidding me? Nobody is seeing her playing grab ass with Josh during this. No one. Everyone's too busy rocking out. Nobody. I mean, it is a kick-ass song. I like this song. The girl next door is not the girl next door. But nobody sees her playing grab ass, which causes him to drop said camera on the floor. I do like his and cut that he does. You know, just like... But then it just cuts to the next scene. And I went, wait, nobody asked why what happened? Nobody saw that? And this is the least. This is only one of my issues, this whole plot. Okay, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I don't know where it comes in, but I'll talk about it here. At some point, Josh is in the bathtub. I don't know if it's here or not. Throughout the episode, we see that Megan is videotaping them, which is wrong. But especially since Josh is in the bathtub, and this gives one of the iconic moments of the show, where he's in the bathtub. Ho, ho, ho. Merry bathtub. I need a shave. He takes it. Shaving in the bathtub. Say what? Shaving in the bathtub. Yeah. He then comes out, walks in rightfully into his room, and then freaks out because Susan is standing there. She's like, "Oh, I was waiting for Drake," and he's like, first of all, he's freaking out. I am out naked. Sorry about my nakedness. Like, well, you're in a towel. He's in a robe, in a towel, and then Drake comes in and is like, "Josh, put some clothes on. What are you doing?" I'm like, first of all, his room too. You guys share this room, right? Oh, that's what, you guys share this room together. I think is what I'm trying to do. And then, like, did you not know he was in the bathtub or something? I don't know. But, like, I don't know. And then, here's the thing. Instead of doing what they're supposed to do and leaving so he can change his clothes, he has to go into the closet to change his clothes. A closet, mind you, that is not big enough for someone to move around to change their clothes. Stuff's gonna happen. He's gonna fall down, something. Also, this is the point before they change the set, and he's still sleeping on the couch despite his lumbar problems. Because Drake's drum set, which he never plays, by the way, he does. There's one point he gets pissed, I think, at one point, and he just starts. Drake's drum set is sitting there, which disappears because he's not the drummer. Shouldn't it be in the garage anyway? Right? Because I don't think Paul brings his own drums, right? And they're in it the next episode. I don't know. Right. I do want to point out that his band members' names are Paul, Rena, and Scotty. But it's spelled with an I-E, like the dog, not a Y, like yours truly. Though my middle name is spelled with Anthony, spelled with an I. Mr. Anthony with an I. My mom wanted to be different. Who cares? But like, she's like totally flirting on him here too till Drake walks in. Right? Which I'll talk about a later part of this, but you know. So then we get to, I don't know if there's another school scene yet, but no, there's a scene where in the living room, Susan shows up. And he's like, "Oh, Drake is not here." He's like, "Oh," he's like, he went to Paul's house. She's like, "I don't know where that is." And I like how he's just like, "That way." She's like, "I'm bad with directions." And then she kisses him. Might I point out, with both of her arms around him, which are still around him, when Drake, Paul, and Scotty walk in the door. Yet she quickly jumps around and goes, Josh, what are you doing? I'm Drake's girlfriend. Objection! And no, I should wait. And Drake gets pissed and blames Josh. Objection! Do your eyes not work, my man? Are you in denial? Well, I forgot there is a point. That's right, I forgot a couple of scenes. One scene, which you kind of want to forget. He talks to his parents. Josh talks to his parents and talks about how Susan might like him. Like, oh, did you think that you're a friend? You know, I think she likes me. Of course she likes you. What's not to like? No, I mean she likes me. You know, like the male kangaroo, the male giraffe likes the female on the Animal Channel, with the male giraffe likes the female giraffe. So okay. Or is it lion? Whatever. Okay, we get it. Maybe you're just being friendly and you're shooting it. And then after he leaves, they go, you want to watch Animal Channel? And they're just like, oh, that's weird. That's just weird. And then there's this other scene where he tells Drake, but he does it, and this is like the only other mention of his Miss Nancy advice column after the pilot. He's like, I got a letter. Dear Miss Nancy, my stepbrother, should have said brother, is dating this girl named Poozin. This should have said dating this girl, dating a new girlfriend. And I think Poozin might have a thing for me. I was like, oh wait, is Poozin have anything to do with my Susan? It's true. So he doesn't believe her. And then here, okay, you walk in, you see your girlfriend with her arms around your brother, kissing him. And the your first thought is, Josh, stop making out with my girlfriend. No, come on, use your common sense. I know it's kind of hard to set up a kissing scene without someone's arms around the other one. Because like if she just walked up and went, it wouldn't, maybe do this. The way she can push herself away, you know? I don't know. But the fact that he walks in and her arms are around his neck, no, it doesn't work. No, so now he's pissed. He is pissed. Oh, Grammy. There's another one that's not on Paramount Plus, Grammy. Anyway. No, I think it is. I don't know. Now I'm curious. I'll look it up while I finish talking about this. We'll continue talking about it. I'm not done yet. So Drake comes home from school and he sees himself in the mirror. We get another iconic moment. Thank you, San Diego. Make some noise for the Drake. And we see that Megan is recording him because she's been doing that the whole episode. Though I don't think we see her recording him in the bathtub, which is fine. Why did I search for an S? Because I don't think you needed that, but she was recording him in the bathtub, as we find out later. So, why is it so far this way? Okay. 2 Idiots and a Baby, Season 2. Oh, Grammy is the last episode of Season 1. Well, I think it was Season 2. It is on there. That'll be a future episode, I'm sure. Anyway, how about Who Wants a Hug? They're free. So anyway, then Josh walks in and tries to talk to Drake, and he doesn't want to talk to him. He keeps trying to apologize, try to talk to him, not apologize, telling him, Susan hit on me, not you. And then he purees his sunglasses. Not really, he just puts them in the blender. Now, does this come after or before the scene where he's at school? Susan hits on him again and gives him flowers. When he tries to give it back, Drake shows up and he tries to, I think it was before this, and then that scene happened. I think maybe it's the other way around. Maybe this was after, and this happened before. Anyway, no. Some of these scenes have, other than like clothes, it's hard to do the continuity because I know that this scene in the school takes place the same day that the scene later in the room takes place because she's wearing the same clothes. I don't know why I could tell her clothes are not theirs. I don't know, but when he tries to give the daisies back, Drake happens to walk in, and she says, "What are you doing? I'm Drake's girlfriend." I'm like, okay, so it's not just like I can see the moment where she was kissing him, not knowing that Drake was going to walk in, and she just pivoted. Now she's actively trying to push them apart. So it's not just I'm hitting on both of you. It's now I'm going to mess up your friendship. There's really no reason for it. And she makes no amends. Oh, I can't help it that I like both of you. And I'm like, that's even what she says. Like, I can't help it that I was attracted to both of you. But you, again, I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense with the daisies. You take the scene with the daisies out, I think it works better as an excuse. Because with this scene, her giving him the daisies and then freaking out when Drake shows up, it feels like a setup. Like he's setting Josh up. She's setting Josh up for Drake to find him. And just like, again, she could just be covering her ass, but I don't know. And then we cut to after school with Josh once again trying to tell Drake that it was Susan that hit on him, not the other way around. And Susan is there. She shows up. Josh, very loudly, suggests that he prove to Drake. So Drake goes outside in the closet, as seen earlier, the closet, to fool him. Okay, two things here. Is that when I was not a kid, when I was younger, I was like, how did you know that Drake was there? Okay, one thing you can point out first. Well, she clearly sees his book bag. Yeah, doesn't mean he's in the room. Because as I pointed out earlier, Drake was still in the house when she was hitting on Josh earlier in his bathrobe. So she has no problem with Drake still being in the house. Another thing you point out is, well, she came from downstairs. And Drake's not down there, so obviously. Also, Drake's book bag being there does not directly indicate that he is actually home. He could have dropped that off and left again. But Josh doesn't play it cool enough. Where's Drake? Not here. She looks at the backpack. Yeah, not here. He was, but he's gone. No, he could just. Yeah, he was here, but he left. He had to go to balls. Boom. No. But also, the number one reason why this plan doesn't work and she doesn't believe him, they yell out their plan. Literally. That's Susan. Please, Drake. Let me prove to you that Susan's hitting on me. She could hear through the fucking door. Because, like, Drake has enough comes out because now it seems like he's sitting on her, then she said, "Oh, I forgot my purse." She comes back, like climbs over Josh to get it, and then kisses him and goes, "So cute." He's like, then she shuts the door behind her. Ah, come on! Yeah. Let me get the conclusion of all this. The music video project that I bet you didn't think was going to come back, but it does. And now is where this whole plot breaks down and crumbles. Because the whole resolution of this plot is based on video footage that Megan has recorded onto a videotape that is interspersed with the segments of the music video. However, The way they are spliced in this video makes no sense. One, they are not the full segment as we saw them earlier in the episode. We are to believe that Megan was recording Josh the whole time he was in the bathroom, and all we see in the video is shaving in the bathtub. Say what? Shaving in the bathtub. We are meant to believe she's recording Drake the whole time. All we see in the video is, give something up for the Drake. Oh. Not the whole segment where he walks in. By the way, how did she know he was going to walk in and... I don't know. And where was exactly she standing when she caught the recording of Susan making out with Josh? Or kissing Josh. Because that frame means that the way they frame it is that she looks like she's standing up. Right? And where she's stationed, she would be on the other side of the chair that's right there. Which means that if she was recording it, the way it happens so quickly, right? When this happens, she kisses him, then they walk in. Which means it would have had to, she was recording, Josh somehow didn't see her from his point of view. And as soon as Drake walked through the door, she turned the camera off and ran away. Illogical. Also, the way these little videos are spliced into the music video, including the spot where she holds up a piece of paper and goes, ha ha. This is not just... We're meant to believe that she just recorded over the music video, despite the fact that... Like I said, it's not the full segments as we saw her recording earlier. And the ha ha would dictate that she somehow was able to edit this stuff, which a 9-year-old does not know how to do. Okay, I know we're showed that Megan is smarter than it seems, but no, this no. This is highly improbable, Captain. Also, this now proves to Drake that Susan was doing this. And, because, like, when Drake goes and turn it off, and they said, no, Drake, wait! He already stopped to look at it, so it's not like... And, Mr. Teacher Man, I would just like to say, busted! She's like, Drake, did you hear what you said to me? Yeah, I believe he said, busted! And it looks like Drake's about to say something, and then it cuts. Maybe there's a lead scene here, I don't know. But it cuts to them talking to Megan, chastising her for her pranks, but also thanking her because this proved that, the thing with Susan. And they say they are not going to tell the parents about this because her punishment is that it actually helps them. Keep in mind now, I thought about this watching this. Now keep in mind, in all the future episodes where they need to prove that Megan was evil, that they're sitting on this videotape the whole time. They have this videotape somewhere. Though I can assume that Megan, if they did try to bring it into the plot line, they would have just wrote it where Megan disposed of the videotape, or it would have been revealed that someone recorded over it with a football game or something. Because knowing how they would have to write that plot point so that she's not found out, it's like other plot holes, like people need to somehow sleep in the same room even though they have a guest room. Like I'm still kind of confusing how they have a guest room. They even mention a guest room, right? And maybe not in the first episode, but by the time we get to Drew and Jerry, all right, they have a guest room. Oh, and Jerry's like, I have lumbar problems. So why can't Josh just sleep in there? Right? I don't know. There's a guest room. Yeah, the episode ends. Here it is Oh no, we get one more thing at school where they go to talk to Susan. And she's like, look, I had a thing for both of you and now I don't want to be with either one of you. But fine. Cool, they walk away. We handled it very mature. Yes, we did. And then she opens the thing and the purple goo hits her in the face. And that felt good. Yes, it did. Yeah. and then Plumber Goo hits her in the face. That felt better. Yeah, it did. Yeah, and that's how the episode ends. So that's another iconic moment from the the opening. So, yeah. I think this is a solid episode for sure. Even if there were inconsistencies, it's this time watching it. Like, it's the reason why I wanted to talk about it is I actually watched this episode twice, okay? So I watched it on Pluto TV, and then I was going to do the video right away, and I went, I think I need to watch it again, because my memory of, like, the beginning and everything, as you see, even watching it twice, I couldn't figure out where some scenes went. So I watched it on Paramount Plus again, because I'm like, is it on Paramount Plus? You can watch it on YouTube too, I guess, but Paramount Plus, yeah. So, watched it twice. And it was during that scene at the end where I'm like, wait, how does... That doesn't... Because the first thing that caught me was when he walks in, and her arms are clearly around him, and I'm like, how did he not see that? And then it's during my second watch, and I'm like, yeah, wait a minute. Because I watched it on this one. I'm looking at it, goes, how was Megan able to splice that in so perfectly? And why is it not the whole thing that she recorded, which implies that she edited it somehow? And is it a digital camera or a tape, one that takes a tape, a film camera or takes a tape, whatever. DV tapes. I don't know. How does a 9-year-old edit? I don't know. What are your thoughts on this episode? Let me know so much. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.